transfer from Seton Hall and Tulane. He is their leading scorer, assist man, minutes played, free throws, and in the three-point department as well. KJ Buffin, forward, junior from Gainesville, Georgia, 10.4 points and 6.8 rebounds. Tavian Lovett, a veteran for them, second team all-league last year, 6'4 and 210. A junior from Franklin, Kentucky, 8 points and 3 boards per game. And he had a monster game against Rice last year, went for 32 and 11. Also starting is Quan Jackson, defensive whiz, 6'4", 190, grad transfer from Georgia Southern, 10.1 points and 4.7 rebounds. And Trey Jemison, big fella underneath, the Clemson transfer, Birmingham native, 7 foot, 260, 8 points, about 8 points and about 8 rebounds per game and a block and a half a game. He is a defensive force underneath. It goes Jemison and Jackson with Walker, Buffin, and Lovin for the UAB Blazers. I am JP Heath. Ryan Stone is back in the studio. For those of you on the YouTube stream right now, this is a Rice broadcast. We had to do some late adjusting. There were some COVID issues on the production side for the stadium folks. So welcome all the Birmingham folks and supporters that are watching in. This is a Rice broadcast, but I promise I'm a nice guy. We're fair as they're about to throw this one up. Ross Collins, Chris Hudson throwing it up. Now John St. Clair, actually the one who threw that one up, and UAB wins the jump, and they're in the road green coming from our right to our left as we take a gander at this one. Happy Saturday afternoon. Buffin deposits it down low to Jemison. Stopped by Fiedler underneath the bucket and kicked back out. Let's see if that's officially a block shot or just a deflection there. Free throw line, couple of jabs from Jackson, fades away and barely draws the front iron. And Jemison trying to save it, but it's out of bounds. It'll be Rice basketball. Owls in the home white, going from my left to my right. Expect a lot of this pressure from the UAB Blazers. They'll press after free throw makes and when the ball's out of bounds, and some 1-3-1 as well. But they're an outstanding defensive team. They finished last season as the number 4 defensive team in KenPom, and they're averaging not only a league high in scoring, but they're among the best defensive teams in the nation again this year. 61 points allowed per game. Evie works at high right corner. Scoreless game, Owls first possession. Pierre playing traffic cops, doubles to Oliveri, high to Fiedler. Finds Mullen, slides to his left, thought about the shot, goes left to Pierre, pointing for a spot. Pierre dribbling high in front of a standing head coach, Andy Kennedy, dropped the ball, picked it up, 2 seconds to shoot, 1 to shoot, knocked away and stolen. Jabbed away by Jackson, best in the league at that. Goes ahead to Walker. Jelly Walker fades and Jelly Walker hits. He's a good one. Jordan Walker, about 16 points per game. Dynamic point guard. He is a different level type of speed guy, according to Andy Kennedy, and definitely a contender to be an all-conference player and maybe player of the year, depending on how the Blazers finish. UAB 2, Rice nothing. 18:40 in. Up top, Oliveri gets downhill on Jackson, clutches his shot, blocked away by Jemison, and finds it in the hands of Evie up top for Rice. Comes to his right, stares to his left, deep 3 straight on. Pops around the rim, hit the backboard, hit the rim again, and comes out. And a long rebound for Walker. Lobs ahead. Jemison got behind the shorter Evie, and it went out of bounds, and UAB turns it over for a first time in this game. Just getting underway, 18-21 first half. UAB 2 and Rice nothing. Lob it into Fiedler, and he waits. They do not press, so he gives it back to Evie. The bearded Evie taking a couple turns, looking back to Scott Para for a play call. Owls looking to get in the bucket. They missed their first 2 shots. Get on the board, trying to get a bucket here as Fiedler whips it right side, head high to Mullins, turns left, gets downhill on the big guy Jemison across the paint, fumbled by Fiedler. He says, Mullins, you take it across the lane, dribbles, weaves, dips to the left, contorts, could not scoop it up and in, taken away by Fiedler. Owls get an offensive rebound, left corner, Mullins, he hits the 3. Yes, sir, thank you very much. Chris Mullins burns it from deep, and the Owls have the lead 3-2. UAB, the road green, and that light gold numbers and lettering on the back, trimmed in a white, and UAB in front. Same color scheme. Good-looking jerseys both ways. Walker jab, slides to the left on Evie, fades away. The jumper's long. Fiedler gets the long rebound and leaves it here near sideline to Evie as he's on the trot coming up ahead. Doesn't have the numbers, drives in, clutches, and the ball is lost out of bounds. Could be a block by Jemison, could be a block by Lovin. See how they mark that. in the stats. Yeah, they do give a block to Jemison. He certainly gets a lot of those. He's one of the best in the country at doing that. Oliveri in the right corner to Evie. He drives to the free throw line. Rice leads by a digit, 3-2. We're almost 3 minutes in. Here's Feather high. Gives to Mullins. Mullins stares, thinks about it, fires a high arcing three. Almost scraped the ceiling, and it brings some iron off the side of the rim. And Jemison clears the rebound for the UAB Blazers. Guys from the 205 have the rock now. Here is Walker. Leaves it back to Lovin. He drives in. The veteran tried to kind of dish it underneath. I believe he was trying to get a pass to Jackson, and it went off of Oliveri's leg here near baseline. Owls a little cool from the field to start. They're 1 of 6 from the field. UAB is 1 of 3. UAB hasn't scored in a couple of minutes. Rice leads 3-2. They get it to Buffin, baseline left. He missed an open 8-footer, and rebound secured by Max Fiedler for Rice. That's his team game high 4th. Evie comes ahead for the Scholars, 3-2. Rice leads. Left side Oliveri. He uncorks the 3. Spins around the rim. No. And the rebound cleared by Buffin of the Blazers. They go back right to left. Walker on the run-up. Gives to Jackson. Weaves over here to the near side. Gives to Walker. Open for the left corner 3. That's back iron. No. And Oliveri aggressively gets in the middle of the paint and secures that two-handed rebound. He jogs it up. Drives to the left. Now's left to right. Oliveri guarded by Jackson. Tossed in the corner. Hit around. And it will be Rice basketball. That got batted into the UAB bench. Blazers a great team. 13-3, 3-0 inside league play. On the road this year, this is just their 4th true road game. They've had some neutral site games. Owls will inbound. Here is Mullins looking to toss it into Feather. 16-20 first half. Rice 3-2. Battled away from Feather. They got it stolen again. Lovin ended up with it. They've got numbers. All of you back to Lovin. He dunks it home. Good feed from Jackson on the break. And Lovin dunks in his first deuce of the game, and UAB wrestles that lead back 4-3. 16 minutes plus left in this first half. Mullins pointing for some movement here on the left side of the floor. Lobs high to Feather. Lets Pierre go by. A bluff of a pass. Remember, Feather, a terrific passing big guy. Feather tries to jab it to the left. It's tipped in the corner to Pierre. He is harassed by the 7-footer Jemison. Driving baseline, Pierre reverses, takes Jemison to the cup, reverses and lays it in. Good job. Pierre did not hurry. And I've told this. I was telling my buddy David Crane on the UAB broadcast in their pregame show. He's so efficient. And Pierre's a guy that does not rush things. That's what you expect from a grad transfer. That was one of UMass's best players in school history. Here's Jemison left block. Goes out to Jackson, shooting for the lead. Jackson, the 3 is very long. Rebound Rice. Here comes Pierre, left to right. Rice leads 5-4. Full steam ahead. Taking it in is Pierre. Grabbed by Lovin underneath, and the ball falls down low. Is it out of bounds? Is it a foul? Tell me, John St. Clair. Going to the break, but it looks to be a foul on UAB's Tavian Lovin. 5-4. Rice leads UAB. 15-10 first half. This is Rice basketball from Learfield.
You've got a lot going on, so how do you find time to take care of you? At Houston Methodist, we work around your busy life. There's same-day primary care appointments, online scheduling to see our world-class specialists, access to all your records through MyChart, and video visits 24/7 if you need urgent care, bringing you Houston Methodist's expertise wherever, whenever you need it.
Visit HoustonMethodist.org to find the care you need at locations throughout Houston. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
The lights, the sounds, the cameras, the electricity. If you can feel it, hear it, see it, chances are an IBEW electrician built it. The members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 716 built the things that make Rice University and Houston great. When your next construction project needs to be on time and on budget, hire the electricians that light up Rice University. Learn more at IBEW716.net.
Have no post-game plans? You do now. Head down the street to Little Woodrow's in Rice Village and relax over indoor and outdoor games, sports, and drink specials that a college student can't refuse. All you have to do is bring your student ID to enjoy $2.50 domestic drafts. Also, don't miss out on our Thursday college nights, as we've got $2 domestic drafts and $3 shot specials. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date on all of our upcoming events and specials. Little Woodrow's, the official Rice Owls game day headquarters.
Methodist, the official healthcare provider for Rice Athletics. Visit HoustonMethodist.org. Houston Methodist, leading medicine. I'm JP Heath. Rice Owls leading the UAB Blazers 5-4. It's a Rice broadcast for those of you on the YouTube stream here. There are COVID issues with the stadium crew, so bringing you this call here. Thanks for joining in. Pierre, right wing, lobs it down to Poteet, and he's grabbed from behind by LeBlanc of the Blazers. And the game's referee, Ross Collins, says it is a foul indeed on LeBlanc. His first and the team's second. But Poteet came in for Fiedler on the outside. That was the only substitution. And Ertl came in for UAB. Grad transfer, nearing 2,000 career points here. One of these games. Block right, Poteet banging in, 9 to shoot. Goes against LeBlanc, and this time an offensive foul. So you give one, and you lose one. And John St. Clair gives word to Poteet what he did. I think Elijah was wondering what he did there, and John St. Clair, the official, said, hey, you gave one of those soft elbows there. And UAB brings it up. They've got Ertl and Lovin alongside Buffin, Walker, and LeBlanc out there. And the Owls have, as I mentioned, Poteet in there for Fiedler, but Mullins, Pierre, Oliveri, and Evie. Here's Ertl. Left side to Lovin, goes to the free throw line, stops straight on. 16-footer is good. Veteran has got some swagger. He's got some game. His stat line's really deceiving. It speaks to the great talent in this UAB roster, as I remember Lovin very well from years past. And he's a guy that, second team all-league last year. Had 32 points against Rice in one game, a career high at that time. But UAB takes the lead back 6-5. Here is Evie right side. Tries to find an alone Poteet underneath, but it's tipped away and stolen by LeBlanc. He tipped it and then hustled down in the corner to steal it. They go the other way. Walker going baseline for UAB. Under the cup, leaves it back and laid in by LeBlanc. Poteet lost LeBlanc there in the paint. He got through for his first deuce, and UAB's largest lead, 8-5. Mullins in the paint. Dumps it down, and Poteet fumbled it away. He turned it over and give it back to the Blazers. Owls have had a problem being too friendly with the basketball. That's their 5th turnover. They've done better in a couple stretches, and they'll get them in bunches. Not to beat a dead horse there, but we talked about the other night, they had 9 first-half turnovers against Middle Tennessee, but they really cleaned up their act. It was one of the big reasons they won that game. Lovin rises, elbow left side, and he rattles it in. Mullins just a little bit too close, too late closing that gap. And the veteran Lovin has his 3rd bucket. He has 6 of UAB's 10. And now the Blazers doubling up the Owls 10-5. A 6-0 run the last minute. Poteet hands back to Mullins. Thought about the 3. Glides to the right with that heavily taped right hand. Dumps it down. Poteet catches, goes up and lays it in front of LeBlanc and Ertl. So good job, Poteet, redeeming himself a bit there to get the deuce to cut it to a 3-point game. UAB 10 and Rice 7. 7 minutes in, Ertl up high. Ertl looks left, throws left, waist high to Lovin. Thought about the 3, measures it up. Is this a heat check? It is. He brings it home, signals back to the bench. Lovin, only his 2nd 3-point attempt of the season, and he drained it there to extend UAB's lead to 6. 13-7. Here's Poteet with the rock, palming it, looking left side. Flat-footed 3 for Evie. He responds. It buries the triple. First ink in the book for Travis Evie. He had that 3-point streak snapped at North Texas at 31 games. Looking to start a new one. He's got 2 games in a row now for what it's worth. 13-10, UAB the ball, leading by 3. 7.5 minutes in, baseline left. Elevating is LeBlanc. One-handed shot is a little bit short, pulled away by the Owls. Mullins racing out. Mullins looking left, goes to Sheffield. Sheffield checking in under my nose there. I apologize. He checked in at that last time out for Quincy Oliveri. Here's Poteet up high, shovels right to Pierre. Drives on Ertl, stops, fades from 17. It's good for Carl Pierre. Some big league shot making in this game, and the Owls wrestle back in it. They've made their last 4 shots. UAB 13-12 lead. Under 12 timeout coming up here in moments, but Walker directing traffic in front of a highly emotional head coach Scott Para. Right side, LeBlanc forces it down low, trying to get it to Buffin, but knocked away by the Owls. Only the 2nd turnover for UAB. Mullins the other way, spins, moves in traffic, trying to float it up and in. No! Poteet on the follow. He is grabbed. Elijah at the free throw line when we come back. Get that UAB foul when we return. Blazers lead the Owls 13-12, 11:30 first half. This is Rice basketball from Learfield.
The Wyndham Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites is the preferred hotel for anybody visiting the Medical Center, the Museum District, or Rice University. We offer the largest suites in the Medical Center, complete with full kitchens, and our full-service restaurant and outdoor pool will make your stay complete. We look forward to having you experience the Wyndham Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites soon. And if you need a group rate or need 10 or more rooms, don't forget to call 713-528-7744. That's 713-528-7744.
Rice teams and traditions are legendary. Our team as strategic wealth designers are proud to be a partner of Rice Athletics. What an honor to be working together. When you're ready to discuss your financial future, call the team the Owls Trust. We look forward to creating your winning strategy for retirement. Visit us at swdgroup.com today. And go Owls.
What do you do when you need safe, reliable corporate transportation? You go Win. Win Transportation is one of the largest group transportation providers in Texas, a leader in charters, shuttles, and special events of all sizes. 5 people or 5,000. Win offers customizable team transportation with a wide range of motor coaches, minibuses, and vans. So, for safe, reliable corporate transportation, do like the Owls and go Win. Book at gowin.com. GOWYNNE.com.
13-12, UAB leads Rice. 11:30 of this first half. Both teams have hit 4 of their last 5 shots. 2 categories stick out to me right now. I'll go over the rest of them if I can, but Rice has turned it over 5 times. UAB has 10 points off of those turnovers, but Rice is staying in this one because they are out-rebounding UAB by a 10-3 score. And Rice has 4 offensive rebounds in this game so far. That's a very, very good sign. It's only led right now to 3 second-chance points, but the Owls had been hurting in the rebounding column. That was one huge key. If you heard me talk with Scott Perry in the Houston Methodist Hospital pregame, always encourage you to tune in early for that the Owls had to do a better job rebounding. And look at UAB's numbers. They average out rebounding their opponents by 5 on the season. They're just a great all-around team. Owls shooting. Owls have the ball baseline right. That foul going in was on LeBlanc, by the way, his second. And Jemison comes back in for him. Evie right side, looking to go in the corner to Pierre, but decides to back it up. Evie straight on, middle of the floor, jabs to his left, drives on Love, and gets a little crease, and daylight lays it in, plus the foul. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Travis Evie. It's the deuce. One more coming up. 11-18, and the Owls have the lead back. They put the deuce on the board. And that foul goes on UAB's Lovin. That is his second foul. So they've got 2 of their key players. Their starter Lovin, who started with 9 points to lead them in scoring. He was the game's leading scorer. And he's got to check out different coaches for different strategies. I don't pretend to know Andy Kennedy's strategy behind this, but Lovin, being such a veteran guy and a high basketball IQ, would not doubt him coming back in this game. Evie, the 83% free throw shooter, rings it home. He's got 6 points. And he paces the Owls in scoring right now. Owls an 8-0 run here. 11-11 first half. Rice by a deuce, 15-13. Ertl looks right side to Buffin, quickly hands over to Jackson. Jackson slithers to the left, bounces across the paint to Buffin, and there is a 3-second violation. Yes, indeed, turnover for the Blazers. That's just their 3rd turnover so far. 11:02 first half. They back off some pressure now. The Owls will bring it up. Early summation. Again, we're not even halfway through the first half. I got to say, this is the best opening 10 minutes or so that I've seen the Owls play in a while. And it's refreshing to see them after the way they've been struggling lately with some different issues. Corner right side. Evie fires the 3, twirls off the rim. No. Sheffield chasing for the board. A whistle and a foul comes. John St. Clair will whistle this one, I think, against Rice over the back. My view was blocked on that signal of the foul call, but it goes against the Owls. Fiedler coming in for Rice. He'll come in for Poteet. 10:43 first half. Rice 15, UAB 13. Welcome our fans again on the Rice House YouTube page. The stadium broadcast had to be called off. There was a COVID issue with the stadium production crew. So this is a Rice broadcast. We're Owls fans here, but going to respect UAB folks, of course, too. were nice guys, as I say. Ertl looking left side, trying to dump it down low. Buffin catches on Sheffield, turns, fires, and lifts the shot up in the paint, and it is good. KJ Buffin from Gainesville, Georgia, transfer from Ole Miss. He's been heating up. He's been doing a lot better in Conference USA play. Averaged 14 points a game their first 3 league games. And UAB has squared it up with Rice, 15-15. Right side, Evie, high to Oliveri, hot potato, back to Evie, drives downhill, pass in the paint is tipped away by Jemison. And Fiedler wrestles away, the ball goes into the corner for Pierre, wide open look and could not hit it. Had the 3-point opportunity, Ertl grabbed the rebound and walks it up for UAB. Driving underneath, here is Ertl. Left wing, Ertl, former Warhawk of Louisiana Monroe, swung around right side. Jackson gives a hard pass to Buffin, squares up and hits the uncontested jumper. KJ Buffin averages about 10.5 points per game and a little bit under 7 rebounds. He's really played well lately. 17-15, UAB leads by a couple. Here's Fiedler, jabs to the right side, got a step on Jemison, ball fakes him, stops, launches it up and banks it in with one hand. Yes sir, Max Fiedler hit his first couple. 17-17. It's his first bucket of the game. 9:05 to go. Looking right side. Johnson into the game. Jamal Johnson for the UAB Blazers, by the way. Hands to Ertl, the lefty left alone at the free throw line. That's that soft spot of that defense for the Owls right now. You don't want to get Ertl going. He's a firecracker off the bench. Grad transfer from Louisiana Monroe, but he's been at UAB for a while now. A native of Indianapolis. And Fiedler got the ball stripped by Buffin. Buffin goes a length of the floor and dunks it with 2 hands. Great defensive play by Buffin. He's had a good start here. Evie walking it up for Rice, 21-17. UAB has made its last 4 shots. Here's Evie high to Fiedler, back to Evie. Left wing 3, no, a little bit long. Pierre, rebound lands in his lap, and they kick it back to Sheffield. The wide open 3 is good by Cameron Sheffield. He knocks it down. Owls 3 of 9 on their 3-pointers now. And that was a big shot after UAB was trying to pull away. 21-20 game. Here's Johnson high, looking right to Jackson, gives to Ertl. 8 minutes left in this first half. UAB by a digit. Buffin, right wing to Jackson, forces away in middle of the paint, hits another jumper. And that's been that theme of the first half so far. UAB getting some good looks in the middle of the floor. 23-20, they lead by now. Baseline right, Oliveri goes to Fiedler. Flat foot right elbow jumper is no good. Sheffield had the rebound ripped away by UAB's Jackson. They come back the other way, right to left. Jackson into the paint, underneath, got hit rolling down to his right, and he still found his way to roll it up and in. Great body control there by Quan Jackson. Guy that is a defensive whiz for them. Left elbow, Evie driving, Owls down 5, and Evie could not hit the shot rolling in, but he was fouled to be going to the rack. And they whistle it in, and we have a timeout on the play. Evie at the line when we return. 25-20, UAB leads Rice. Under 8 timeout here. This is Rice basketball from near field.
The lights, the sounds, the cameras, the electricity. If you can feel it, hear it, see it, chances are an IBEW electrician built it. The members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 716 built the things that make Rice University and Houston great. When your next construction project needs to be on time and on budget, it's time to hire IBEW electricians. Learn more at IBEW716.net.
Hey, it's JP here to tell you that, yes, there's more Rice Owls content out there for you to consume. Subscribe and download the official podcast of Rice Athletics, Rice Owls Insider. Rice Owls Insider provides a unique new look at a variety of head coaches, players, and other integral voices inside the Rice Athletics department. Plus, you can find archive coaches shows as well. For the best in Rice Owls content, subscribe to Rice Owls Insider, the official podcast of Rice Athletics. Available on Apple, Stitcher, and Spotify.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
basketball brought to us by Karbach Brewing. Rice Owls, so much appreciate our Karbach friends. Proudly brewed in Houston, 2032 Karbach Street. Karbach, crafted for serious fun. Evie at the line for the Rice Owls. They trail UAB 25-20. The lefty shot is up and true by Evie. That foul going to the break was on UAB's Jackson, his first. 7:21 of this first half. Second one up and good by Evie as well. Perfect 3 for 3 from the stripe. He is the game's leading scorer right now. He's got 8 points. Actually, Lovin has 9. So Evie, the Owls' leading scorer. Jackson hands back to Walker. Walker to his left. Thought he'd have some two-man game with Jimison there, but it's kicked left to Johnson. Jamal Johnson's three is wide to the right side, and it's volleyed into the Rice bench. An assistant coach and Birmingham native Van Green with that toss back in. 7:01 of this first half. UAB leads 25-22. Here's Walker up high. Walker looking left, gives to Johnson. Johnson guarded by Oliveri, and UAB turns it over. Johnson tossed it left baseline wide of Jimison. Just didn't go out and reach for that basketball, but Johnson didn't do him any favors there. Rice 42% from the field. UAB shot 63% in this first half so far. They're 12 of 19 from the field. They're getting a lot of looks in the paint. Let's look at those. Yeah, they're leading 12-8 points in the paint. Up high feed, the right to Evie in the corner. A wide open Quincy Oliveri. High arcing three, splash. Yes, sir. Quincy Oliveri gets some ink in the book, and that ties the game at 25. 6:28 first half. And now walking it up is Jelly Walker to his right. Free throw line extended. Dumps it down with Jimison. Spinning, controls, reverses back to the right side to tap it in. 7.5 points per game for the former Clemson Tiger. Underneath, they toss it to Sheffield. He got the ball stripped away by Jackson. See how many steals that is for him in a second. He leads the league in that category. Walker up high, lobs it, an alley-oop, but it kind of arced down wide of Jimison, and Sheffield steals it back for Rice. Left to right Owls up ahead. Mullins touches it down to Fiedler, but he blew a layup attempt, and the ball is out of bounds. The Owls get a break there. It went out of bounds, and Rice will retain possession. Some subs coming in. Terrence McBride checks in, and Carl Pierre comes back in. Sheffield checks out, and Evie checks out. On the UAB side, Johnson will take his seat on the pine as Ertl comes back in. They launch it up high, and Oliveri has it for the blue and gray. UAB leads 27-25, south of 6 minutes to go. Here's Fiedler. Bounces left. Oliveri catches. One-legged leaner. Bounces back. Banks it off the glass and around the rim and in. A one-legged leaner for Quincy. Game's knotted at 27 apiece. UAB has hit 7 of its last 8 shots. Walker has it now. Bounces right to Jackson on the wing. Gives it back to Walker. Elevates deep three straight on. Off the rim, no. Offensive rebound for Jackson. Left side to Ertl. Lefty three. That spins around, no. And the Owls grab the rebound. Here comes Pierre across the Old English R. Back to McBride. McBride, bearded transfer, California native. Comes from Cornell. Corner right side, Pierre. High elbow to Fiedler. Trying to jam up the works there for him to direct traffic. They run a lot of the offense sometimes through him. Here's Mullins. Drives underneath. Takes a big tour around the lane. Stops left elbow. Back out to Pierre in front of the bench. Up top, Mullins, one to shoot. He's got to get it off, and Jimison spikes it out of bounds. A block for Jimison. Yeah, that's his third block of the game. The stats were just a scotch behind. And I told you I was going to look at these steals from Jackson. And they've got him with 1 steal. I counted him for another, but lucky for both of us, I don't do the stats and they don't do the announcing. Walker up top, bouncing right to Jimison. Big man moves to his left, slides it in, plus the foul. He's wanting him to count it, but there's no question that one will count. He got raked across the arm as he went up to scoop it up and in. He is by no means a lumbering big man. He is a big fella that can move. He's very graceful, very muscular, and he is a great-looking young basketball player. As Buffin's about to check in for the UAB Blazers. He'll check in, and going out is Brown. That foul goes on the Owls. Mullins, number 1 on Chris. And Jemison at the line for the Blazers. As a team, they're a 70% free throw shooting team. His freebie is a front iron miss, though. And the Owls grab the rebound. That was the first free throw attempt for the Blazers of the game. Rice has made all three of its tries. 29-27, UAB by a couple. 4:20 to go first half. Little half-court pressure here, 1-3-1 style. And Pierre right wing goes in the corner to Oliveri. Oliveri goes to the free throw line, now spins, dips, and gets turned around and could not lay it in. His back was turned to the bucket, and he could not get the right English up there. He's wanting a foul there, but this is a big boy game here. He will not get that call. Left wing Walker elevates for the triple. No good. Rebound, line drive comes down to Pierre, but he knocks it to McBride. Brings it across. 29-27. UAB leads by a couple, under 4 minutes. McBride's got Ertl on him, like White on Rice there. It is zipped to the right side to Oliveri. Gets baseline and Jackson elevates, and Jackson jabs away and is called for the foul. Got called with his hand in the cookie jar, and that's Jackson's second foul. And Oliveri should be at the line for two, and we return. 29-27 UAB, 3:39 left. This is Rice basketball from Learfield.
Rockets fans, do you want to take home a Christian Wood autographed jersey? Tune in to AT&T Sportsnet this Friday at 8:30 p.m. to hear the winning hashtag. Then tweet us the winning hashtag to win. Plus, you'll be entered into our grand prize drawing for the ultimate Rockets getaway. A trip to Denver to watch the Rockets take on the Nuggets in March. Join us Friday at 8:30 p.m. only on AT&T Sportsnet.
From the slightest bend to complex motions, your body is made to move. At Houston Methodist Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, our teams are using advanced technology and imaging to develop custom treatment plans, and our minimally invasive procedures can help you heal faster. We have the expertise to keep you moving because every movement matters. Find the care you need at locations throughout Houston. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Get your ice cold Bud Light Seltzer here. Even though you can't go to the game, doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now here. Just go to budlight.com/delivery. That's budlight.com/delivery.
Give me 2 mangoes.
Coming at you. It's a little short. Sorry. You know what? I'm just going to walk them over to you.
Whenever there's a game to watch, there's a Bud Light there. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, and Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, don't forget the Scott Parrish Show starts Monday night. That's the Southwest Freeway. That's the Fuddruckers location, Southwest Freeway across from Lakewood Church there on 59. World's greatest hamburgers at Fuddruckers every Monday night the rest of the season, 7 to 8 p.m. I'll talk to head coach Scott Parra, an assistant, some Owls players. The Scott Parrish Show Mondays at Fuddruckers, and that starts this Monday. That'll be an absolute blast as Oliveri is at the line here and misfires on the first. 71% shooter on the season. UAB has Ertl and Buffin, Walker, Tony, and Jemison in. Tony coming in for the Blazers. Second one is made by Oliveri. And Owls within a digit, 29-28. UAB the ball, slowly bringing across is Walker. Really massages that dribble, bounces left on the elbow to Buffin. That ball got knocked away. Mullins the steal. Races ahead, head on a swivel. Stops on the right wing, brings it up to the top of the parabola. 3:18 to go. Mullins bounces high to Poteet. Hands back to Oliveri. Thought about the three. Drives left on Ertl. Stops. Fades. Left free throw line extended. Skims the rim long. And Walker tracks the rebound down in the corner for UAB. Galloping up again, right to left. Here's Walker. Punched away again by Mullins. And Poteet goes down to grab that basketball. Then he lost it to Buffin. UAB has it. Ertl. Free throw line. Buffin below. Faces up Poteet. Missed the shot put shot there. Kind of forced it up, pushing it up like a track star would in shot put, and it went off the backboard. And the Owls bring it back up, 29-28. Stolen away. Ertl picks it away from Oliveri, racing to the cup, lays it in, and beat Oliveri to the hole. Ertl's second bucket of the game. Block right side. Mullins up to Poteet. Rice down 3, 31-28. McBride up high, measures up the three. That is off. Jemison fouled from behind underneath. I believe that'll be on Poteet. Referee Ross Collins says, yes, indeed, a hold. That's the... No, that's on UAB, thankfully. That is not Poteet's second. They're going to have that as the first foul on UAB's Buffin. That is his first team 7, so for what it's worth, Al's in the bonus the rest of the way. And this should be a bonus opportunity, I would believe. Owls have not had a field goal since the 5:44 mark as a line drive make by Poteet. He has been very reliable at the free throw line here this year. He's got one more coming up. Next free throw, that's good as well. He got 4 first-half points. Matches his outing against Middle Tennessee the other night. Rice back within 1. 31-30 UAB. 2:17 to go. Walker lobbing right to Buffin. Buffin squaring up Pierre. Slides to his right. Jumps, absorbs some contact, banks it in, plus the foul. Big league shot. Talked again and again, mentioned a few minutes ago how Buffin has really improved. Got such good body composition to stay composed there, and takes, of course, the strength and the athletic ability all these guys have, but just to keep his shoulders square with the rim to be able to knock that one in after getting hit by Pierre. And that is Carl's first foul. He remains out there, but Poteet checks out and McBride checks out. Big fella Max Fiedler comes back in, and so does Cam Sheffield, freshman from Alpharetta, Georgia. Free throw is hit by Buffin. He's got 9 points to tie for their lead in scoring. 34-30. UAB leads. Their largest lead in this first half was 6. Rice had a 2-point lead about 9 minutes of game time ago. Evie rotating hands with a dribble inside the timeline. Bounces right to Fiedler. Spins on Jemison. Ball fakes him. Got him up in the air, and he fell down as he hoisted that shot up and in. Max Fiedler, what a shot. Got the Owls within a couple. 34-32. UAB the ball, bringing it back up. Top of the Old English Yard. Walker works to his right. Zips in front of the Owls bench. Back to Buffin. Passes left to a wide open Tony. Measures up the 3 and hits it. Tony's first bucket. Not a guy that plays every game, but he fills an important role for them. 37-32. He did not play in that win against North Texas. That was their 5th straight win in Denton. Held the lead the final 6 minutes to hold on for that game. Oliveri right side, shoves over Tony, and a foul is called. Trying a little give and go 2-man action with Fiedler, but to no avail. And it'll be turnover number 8 for Rice, and that is Oliveri's first personal foul. That's a team's 5th foul. 1:12 to go. UAB 37-32. For what it's worth, UAB 11-1 this season when leading at the half. And right now they lead by 5. Corner right, Jemison spins it down on the block. Buffin catches, block from behind. Fiedler turned it away, and Sheffield has it for Rice. Gives back to Evie. Races ahead. Final minute of this first half. And the Owls use their use it or lose it timeout. We'll keep it here. Don't forget, Owls basketball brought to you by Tap and Pay. You shop, we donate. That's Tap and Pay Plus. Download today. Rice women's basketball team lost at Middle Tennessee yesterday, 87-63. Owls were back in action for the first time in over 3 weeks. So Owls was their first conference game. And they will next be in action coming on Thursday against Western Kentucky. It's a 7 o'clock start time on CUSA TV, and you catch it here. Matt Peterson will have that broadcast on the audio side of things. RiceOwls.com. Rice basketball, 54.4 left first half. This is UAB's largest lead of 5. Actually, excuse me, I just told you that, didn't I? They had a lead of 6. The 12:30 mark about. In the backcourt, Evie. Buffin waiting for him to come across. Lob in the right corner to Sheffield. Up top to Evie. Evie holds the ball, watched by Walker. Evie jabs to his left. Squeaks it up high to Fiedler. Big fella pivoting around. 6 to shoot. He hands to Pierre. Pierre, a floater in the lane. Hits it. Great job by Pierre. Brings the Owls within 3. Owls need a big stop here. 37-34 UAB. They can play for the final shot. 20 seconds left in this first half. 18 seconds now as Walker methodically dribbles. Got the blue, and I'd call that orange on the sneakers. Good-looking kicks as Walker jabs to his left, probably the quickest guy in the lead. Evie fouls him from behind. Kind of turned that corner on him as he does to a lot of guys. 5.5 left. Tony inbounds in front of Miss Peaks here near way. Up top is Walker. Goes right again. Squirts in. Hands right side to Buffin, and he lays it in at the buzzer. Buffin lays it in. That will count. They'll most likely go to the monitor to replay that, to look at the review, I should say. But UAB leads 39-34 at the break over your Rice Owls. Yeah, I think John St. Clair is motioning just to make sure. It looked like in real time that he got that one. And yeah, they're not even actually going to review it. So they said, indeed, that will count. UAB 39, Rice 34 at the break. Rice is 1-4 this season when trailing at the break. This is Rice basketball from Learfield.
The Wyndham Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites is the preferred hotel for anybody visiting the Medical Center, the Museum District, or Rice University. We offer the largest suites in the Medical Center, complete with full kitchens, and our full-service restaurant and outdoor pool will make your stay complete. We look forward to having you experience the Wyndham Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites soon. And if you need a group rate or need 10 or more rooms, don't forget to call 713-528-7744. That's 713-528-7744.
Have no post-game plans? You do now. Head down the street to Little Woodrow's in Rice Village and relax over indoor and outdoor games, sports, and drink specials that a college student can't refuse. All you have to do is bring your student ID to enjoy $2.50 domestic drafts. Also, don't miss out on our Thursday college nights, as we've got $2 domestic drafts and $3 shot specials. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date on all of our upcoming events and specials. Little Woodrow's, the official Rice Owls game day headquarters.
Rockets fans, do you want to take home a Christian Wood autographed jersey? Tune in to AT&T Sportsnet this Friday at 8:30 p.m. to hear the winning hashtag. Then tweet us the winning hashtag to win. Plus, you'll be entered into our grand prize drawing for the ultimate Rockets getaway. A trip to Denver to watch the Rockets take on the Nuggets in March. Join us Friday at 8:30 p.m. only on AT&T Sportsnet.
It's a new season. Get ready for more men's and women's college sports excellence. Trophies will be awarded in June to schools who take the top spot in the 2021-22 Learfield Directors Cup. The premier award recognizes one winning institution in all competitive divisions. Follow your favorite team's progress as seasonal standings are announced at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at directorscup.org. The crowning achievement in college athletics.
Sports Network from Learfield. Welcome to the Owls Halftime Report. Coming up, we'll have a first half recap and a check of scores from around the conference. The Owls Halftime Report is brought to you by Houston Methodist, leading medicine, and by IBEW Local Union 716, where passion plus skill locks arms with value. Now, let's go inside the Learfield Network studios. Here's Ryan Stone.
Back inside the Learfield studios, Ryan Stone here with you as Rice trailing UAB at the half, 39-34. Let's dive into some other scores from Conference USA and the top 25. Western Kentucky in Conference USA, actually, they get their first win in Conference USA play as they outlast FIU today, 84-71. The only other game in progress, Louisiana Tech looking to go to 4-0 in Conference USA as they lead UTSA at the half, 40-26. In top 25 action currently in progress, number 25 Texas Tech trying to pull off the upset over 6th-ranked Kansas there in Lubbock, and the Raiders up 31-25, 2:04 to go in the first half there. Number 14 Texas, tough sledding for the Longhorns today as they fell to Oklahoma State 64-51. Number 12 Houston moves to 3-0 in American Conference play as they knocked off Wichita State 76-66. Early nomination for Game of the Year in the Big East, UConn on the road at 24th ranked Seton Hall.
They're going to inbound the ball on the baseline by the UConn bench, the Pirates. They still have 2 timeouts, so if they get in trouble here, they can bail out.
That was a bad shot by Cole. I think he was looking to draw a foul.
Here's Richmond. He attacks down the paint, and he gives it up to Aiken for 3, and he missed it. And the rebound, Sanogo, and we're going to overtime.
Mike Crispino from Learfield on the call there. Seton Hall would go on to get the win 90-87. Elsewhere, number 20, Colorado State trailing San Diego State 19-17, 8:18 to go in the first half there. And earlier today, number 3 Purdue beating Penn State 74-67. Also a possible big upset brewing in the SEC. Number 15 Alabama trailing on the road at Missouri 66-53. That's a Missouri squad that is just 6-7 so far this season. We'll step aside for a break here on the Rice Sports Network. When we come back, we'll get into your first half recap. Stay tuned. You're listening to Rice Owls basketball from Learfield.
The lights, the sounds, the cameras, the electricity. If you can feel it, hear it, see it, chances are an IBEW electrician built it. The members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 716 built the things that make Rice University and Houston great, and we want you to join us. Excellent training, fantastic benefits in retirement, and 0 student loan debt. Build a better career. To find out more, visit IBEW716.net.
Hey, it's JP here to tell you that, yes, there's more Rice Owls content out there for you to consume. Subscribe and download the official podcast of Rice Athletics, Rice Owls Insider. Rice Owls Insider provides a unique new look at a variety of head coaches, players, and other integral voices inside the Rice Athletics department. Plus, you can find archive coaches shows as well. For the best in Rice Owls content, subscribe to Rice Owls Insider, the official podcast of Rice Athletics. Available on Apple, Stitcher, and Spotify.
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
Back into the Learfield Network studios, Ryan Stone here with you as Rice trailing UAB at the half, 39-34. Let's go ahead and get into your first half highlight recap. Early on in this one, it was Carl Pierre continuing his torrid pace.
Driving baseline, Pierre reverses, takes Jemison to the cup, reverses and lays it in. Good job. Pierre did not hurry.
That one put Rice in front 5-4. Later on, after UAB had built a couple leads, it was Travis Evie giving the Owls the lead back.
Jabs to his left, drives on Love and gets a little crease and daylight, lays it in, plus the foul. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Travis Evie. Gets the deuce. One more coming up.
A few moments later, though, UAB would actually build a lead, but they couldn't get away.
Kick it back to Sheffield. The wide open three is good by Cameron Sheffield. He knocks it down. Owls 3 of 9 on their three-pointers now. And that was a big shot after UAB was trying to pull away.
Then again, it was Quincy Olivari pulling the Owls back even.
In the corner, a wide open Quincy Olivari, high arcing three, splash. Yes, sir. Quincy Olivari gets some ink in the book. And that ties the game at 25. 6:28 first half.
And the score at the half, UAB leading Rice 39-34. We'll go ahead and step aside for another break. When we come back, JP will have the first half stats. Stay tuned. You're listening to Rice Owls basketball from Learfield.
From annual checkups to managing chronic conditions, taking care of your health should always be a priority. At Houston Methodist, our primary care doctors are available to provide personalized care for you and your family safely. We offer a variety of convenient ways to get care from us, from same-day sick visits to extended hours at select locations. And we are taking every precaution to keep you safe during your visit. Choose your doctor or schedule online at houstonmethodist.org/stay healthy.
No one wants to fight the traffic to and from the stadium or arena. You don't have to when you go Win. Win Transportation. Enjoy the game, not fight the traffic. 5 people or 5,000. Win offers customizable group transportation with a wide range of motor coaches, minibuses, and vans, giving your trip an extra special touch. So when it's game time, remember, all you need is Win. Book at GoWin.com. GOWYNNE.com.
Hey y'all, this is Michael Felder, co-host of College Sports Now. We're breaking down all the action from around the country every week with new episodes dropping 4 days a week during the football season. We'll look beyond the box score and keep our finger on the pulse of college football from September all the way through the national championship game in January. Listen all season long on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you love to get your favorite podcast. And be sure to follow along on Twitter at CSNowTweets.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield IMG College under the broadcasting rights granted by Rice University. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of Rice University and Learfield IMG College. Announcers are provided by Learfield IMG College and approved by Rice University.
UAB Blazers lead the Rice Owls at the break, 39-34. Looking at some of the numbers, UAB good from the field. They've had some good looks. They have created their own shots off of turnovers. And again, they lead by 5 at the break, but they're shooting 60% from the field. 2 of 8 on their threes and just 1 of 2 at the free throw line. Rice has made 41% of its shots. 4 of 11 on their threes, 6 of 7 at the free throw line. I was talking to John Giannani, former head coach at LaSalle. He was originally going to do color for this game on the stadium broadcast, but if you did not hear me say before, there were some COVID issues for the stadium production team, and that's why you've got the big Texan here giving you the call on this one. But anyway, Coach Giannani said that Coach Parrott told him, this lines up, of course, with what he said a lot in the past, that Coach Parrott said, hey, they want to hit about 12 threes. They think that they could win this game if they hit 12 threes, which they've done many times this year. But Rice in the first half, long-winded way of saying, Rice 4 of 11 on their threes in the first half. UAB has 14 points off of the 8 Rice turnovers, but UAB still coughed it up 6 times. Rice has 11 points off those turnovers, and Rice did a better job in the paint. UAB was winning that battle big early, but UAB leads 20-14 points in the paint, and the Owls have 7 offensive rebounds to lead to 13 second chance points. That has been tremendous. That has been a huge leap in this game. Rice has played a pretty good, not perfect by any means and not great, but they played a pretty good first half to hang in with what could be the best team inside Conference USA as well. UAB leads off the bench 9-7. Looking at some individual scores in this game, only one player with double figures, and that is KJ Buffin. 11 points on 5 of 8 shooting. He's got Tavian Levin behind them. The veteran got started early and then got into some foul trouble, but he's got 9 points, a perfect 4 of 4 from the floor. And then other UAB players mixed between 4, 2, and 3 points. Tony hit his one-shot 8-3 in that first half. On the Rice ledger, 8 points for Travis Evie to pace the blue and gray. 1 of 4 on his threes. The Owls do not have one player with multiple threes in this first half. 6 points each from Oliveri and Pierre in that first half. 4 from Poteet, 4 from Fiedler, in addition to 4 rebounds. By the way, Carl Pierre, the 6 points and a game-high 6 rebounds. Second half is next, 39-34. UAB leads Rice. This is Rice basketball from Learfield.
The lights, the sounds, the cameras, the electricity. If you can feel it, hear it, see it, chances are an IBEW electrician built it. The members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 716 built the things that make Rice University and Houston great. When your next construction project needs to be on time and on budget, hire the electricians that light up Rice University. Learn more at IBEW716.net.
Get your ice cold Bud Light. Bud Light Seltzer here. Even though you can't go to the game, doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now here. Just go to budlight.com/delivery. That's budlight.com/delivery.
Give me 2 mangoes.
Coming at you. It's a little short. Ow. Sorry. You know what? I'm just going to walk them over to you.
Whenever there's a game to watch, there's a Bud Light there. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, and Bud Light Seltzer. IRC Beer, beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
The biggest schools.
Grabs in traffic, comes down with it. Touchdown. Touchdown, Alabama.
Ohio State.
Oregon. LSU.
The biggest moments.
Incomplete. Michigan. Game over. Touchdown, Gators. How much?
This is the College Football Rewind.
That had to be a great game to watch. I'll tell you, unbelievable.
Download on Sunday mornings on Apple Podcasts. Search College Sports Now.
The true teammate takes on every day with a winner's attitude, gets up when they fall down, and leaves it all on the court. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day. But they're more than your typical athlete. They're kids dealing with life-altering diagnoses. Team Impact pairs these kids with college athletic teams as part of a 2-year program, getting them off the sideline and into the game. The collegiate student athletes gain a new teammate, a new friend, and a new perspective. For more information, visit teamimpact.org. Team Impact. All in, all together.
Second half is getting underway in moments. Same starters both ways. Carl Pierre about to inbound this one right in front of me. Travis Evie, Quincy Oliveri, Max Fiedler, and Chris Mullins, the quintet for your Scholars of Rice. And for UAB, they've got Lovin and Buffin still with Walker, Jackson, and Jemison. Bucket to my left starting this second half. Evie cross courts, arcs one over here to his buddy Pierre. And he in turn arcs one back up to Evie. Bounces right to Mullins. High to Fiedler. Hard skip underneath. Wide open is Oliveri for the lay-in. Great design play to start this second half. And the Owls bring it to a one-possession game. UAB 39 and Rice 36. 19:30 second half. Walker to his left. Walker. Passes a little bit wide, but Jackson controls down low to the big fella. Jemison hooks it up and in. He is very polished. He's always been a solid player, but he has grown his game tremendously on the offensive end the last couple years. And probably had his best game offensively as a Blazer. 14 points the other night up in Denton. Evie lobs low. Fiedler catches, collects, and blocked from behind. I think that's Buffin. Buffin will get a credit for that. Otherwise, it would be the fourth for Jemison the other way. UAB's Levin races in, missed the lay-in. He might have tweaked his ankle coming down. Owls have it after that miss. Oliveri corner right, guarded by Jemison. Up top, Evie flat-footed three, short. And Jemison clears the board for the UAB Blazers. They go back left to right. Remember, UAB shot in that first half 60% from the field. They spin here, Levin at the free throw line, back out to Walker. Walker in that first half had one bucket. Don't want to jinx things, but he's their leading scorer. Owls did a good job on him. Jemison left block, hooks a pass right to Buffin. Buffin slipped in between Evie, Oliveri. Not sure who missed him there, but Buffin got too easy of a look there. And he's got 13 points, the game's leading scorer. As this is the largest lead for UAB, 43-36. Evie right wing. Drives in, out in the corner, left corner Pierre for the three. It's short. Oliveri the rebound in between three UAB Blazers and launches it back up top to Mullins. Mullins to his right, spins on Walker, dropped the basketball, picked it up in traffic, tries to step by Walker, and he is fouled underneath. They saying it was on the shot. Walker is going to be called for his first personal foul. And UAB, its first foul of this second half. About 2 minutes in second half. UAB 43, Rice 36. A dandy of a first half. Had 4 ties and 6 lead changes. And now Chris Mullins talking things over with Chris Hudson, I believe, to get tended to the trainer. He'll get a medical timeout Chris wears some contact lenses. He's had that issue in the past, and J-Rod going to look at his IBS taping. He's got that big tape on his right side, so they the rule book, they're allowed to give him that medical timeout. I don't think it was blood. They're not bringing the people here to clean up anything. I think it was either something with the wrap or something got loose, or he might have gotten scratched. And actually, he might be holding out his left hand right now. J-Rod looking at both of those. But remind you that the Scott Parrish show starts coming up Monday night. Yes, I realized, as a sarcastic Rice fan came up to me and said, "You realize the national championship game is coming up Monday?" I wanted to say, "Oh, no, really?" But I didn't, because I'm a nice guy. But no, I kid. But what's wrong? We can multitask. We're Rice people. We have the national championship game. College football is 9 hours long anyway, so we can get through the first quarter and get home to the DVR and watch the rest of it. But Scott Perry and I will talk some Owls hoop 7 to 8 every Monday night the rest of the season. You can hear it on the Varsity Network app, the Rice Owls Game Day app, and riceowls.com. Mullins at the line for the Rice Owls. The free throw rattles in. I talked to Chris after that game, congratulated him on the win. He's a big Dallas Mavericks fan, and a couple nights before they had retired Dirk Nowitzki's jersey. Asked him if he watched that retirement ceremony. He said he had. 58% free throw shooter on the season, but he knocks down both of these, his first points of the second half, and that cuts it to a 5-point game. UAB 43, Rice 38. 17:50 second half. Walker speeds ahead, top of the key, goes right to Jackson, a couple of jabs, steps up, fires an air ball in front of Fiedler. It's long, and Pierre had it knocked away from him, and he's trying to make a case to Ross Collins. Hey, I got planted. I got just dump trucked over here. Why don't you call that foul? But I will say one thing, is that the officials have called it evenly both ways. It's been a physical game and a highly skilled game for the first half, plus the first 22 minutes or so of this game. But I'm JP Heath, Ryan Stone back in the studio. In case you did not hear, we had the TV broadcast was postponed, was canceled in this one. Lob into Jemison. More on that in a second as he wiggles and could not hit a hook shot as he's trying for space. And Fiedler had the rebound taken away. Either be a rebound and a steal or just a deep offensive rebound by Love, and he goes underneath, and Jackson dunks it home. Jackson races in and dunks it home with two hands. 45-38. UAB matches its high lead of 7. They're still shooting a cool 60% from the field. Not bad at all. Fiedler up high. Back door's closed. 17-12 to go in this ball game. Up top is Pierre. Driving left. Evie floats it up. Takes a tour around the rim, and it misses off to the left. Owls have to weather this storm here. Walker right side. Walker goes inside the arc. Comes out. Dropped the basketball. Knocked away by Mullins. No surprise that Chris has a lot of that action on Walker today. Chris being the Owls' best defender. And it speaks to Chris's defensive ability, and that's one of the things we've talked about in other broadcasts. I'm not expecting you to remember every syllable I've had, but that's one thing. Chris has still had some of the offensive game and all of the defensive grit and effort there after hurting that finger in the first 4 minutes of the season. Poteet in the game for Fiedler. Goes right to Oliveri. Now free throw line to a running Mullins. A wraparound Fiedler underneath is wide. Stolen by Love, and he races ahead. Doesn't have the man advantage. Goes in the corner to Walker. Almost hit the official, and he nails the triple. You don't want to get him ignited, and a great timeout call by Scott Parra there to stop any potential more bleeding. The lead is up to a game-high 10 for UAB, 48-38, 16-29, second half. We'll be back in just a moment. This is Rice basketball from Learfield.
Rockets fans, do you want to take home a Christian Wood autographed jersey? Tune in to AT&T Sportsnet this Friday at 8:30 p.m. to hear the winning hashtag. Then tweet us the winning hashtag to win. Plus, you'll be entered into our grand prize drawing for the ultimate Rockets getaway. A trip to Denver to watch the Rockets take on the Nuggets in March. Join us Friday at 8:30 p.m. only on AT&T Sportsnet.
The lights, the sounds, the cameras, the electricity. If you can feel it, hear it, see it, chances are an IBEW electrician built it. The members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 716 built the things that make Rice University and Houston great. When your next construction project needs to be on time and on budget, it's time to hire IBEW electricians. Learn more at IBEW716.net.
The Wyndham Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites is the preferred hotel for anybody visiting the Medical Center, the Museum District, or Rice University. We offer the largest suites in the Medical Center, complete with full kitchens, and our full-service restaurant and outdoor pool will make your stay complete. We look forward to having you experience the Wyndham Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites soon. And if you need a group rate or need 10 or more rooms, don't forget to call 713-528-7744. That's 713-528-7744.
UAB doing UAB things. They force the Owls to 3 turnovers the last minute and a half, and the Owls have not had a field goal since the opening, half a minute of this second half here. Inbound to some pressure, Evie and Pierre. Poteet also out there, Oliveri and Mullins. These same lineups both ways. No LeBlanc's out there. LeBlanc and Buffin with Jackson and Lovin and Walker. Evie left side, harassed by Walker. They're a great half-court defensive team, one of the best defensive teams in the nation. They allow 61 points per contest. Right wing Evie goes through the saloon doors, drives in and lays it in. His first bucket of the second half. Hey, remember what I said about not remembering every syllable? I talked a lot about Evie the other night. Hey, don't think he's just an outside shooter. He has that ability to penetrate and get to the hoop, and he proved that there. That harassing defense notwithstanding. Right side Jackson drives in, slides by Poteet to lay it in. He found that crease right down the middle of the lane, and Quan Jackson hits his second bucket of the first half. He has as many points in the first 4.5 minutes in this half as he did all of the first half. Evie right wing up high to Pierre in between the rings. Goes to Oliveri now. Quick motion up top. Now to Poteet, leaves the ball for Mullins. About 5 feet outside the three-point line. He passes left to Pierre. Pierre looking left, enters it down low. Malijah elevating for the dunk. Got turned away at the rim, and a foul on, should be LeBlanc. Yes, indeed, says Ross Collins. That's the third foul on LeBlanc. Leads them with a block and a half per game. 15-15 second half. Timeout on the floor. 50-40. UAB leads Rice. This is Rice basketball from Learfield.
What if your preferred hospital could also be your primary care provider? At Houston Methodist, we go beyond hospital care, offering you everything from flu shots to well-woman exams to managing your weight and cholesterol. And our primary care doctors and specialists are connected all across the city. So whatever the need, wherever you live, we can be there for you.
Visit HoustonMethodist.org to find the care you need at locations throughout Houston. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Rice teams and traditions are legendary. Our team as strategic wealth designers are proud to be a partner of Rice Athletics. What an honor to be working together. When you're ready to discuss your financial future, call the team the Owls trust. We look forward to creating your winning strategy for retirement. Visit us at swdgroup.com today. And go Owls.
This is the College Football Rewind.
Give it the kick is good, and the Longhorns win. This is what big-time college football is all about.
Taking you beyond the box scores to relive the emotions from the Saturday that was in college football.
Touchdown, Penn State! Touchdown, Washington!
It's the College Football Rewind. Download on Sunday mornings on Apple Podcasts. Search College Sports Now.
What's up? Rice basketball brought to you by IBEW, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 716, lighting up Rice University in Houston for over 100 years. I'm JP Heath. Ryan Stone back in the studio. Like to say a good Houston howdy to those watching in on the Owls YouTube channel from Birmingham and beyond, Houston and beyond. There was a COVID issue on the stadium production team. So last minute, Rice folks behind the scene adjusted and went to the YouTube stream with our radio call. If you're wondering why it is on the Rice slant, that's why. As Poteet hits the first free throw, 69% shooter, and he doubles up there. He hits his second as well, and the Owls cut it to 8, 50-42. UAB's made its last 3 shots. They work in the half-court set to my right. Jackson up top to Ertl, who just checked back in. Buffin gets the entry feed down low on the right block now from Jackson. Shovels free throw line, fired up, and a brick to the right by LeBlanc, and the Owls clean the board. Poteet will get credit for that rebound, his 3rd of the game. 50-42, Owls down by 8. Rocking and swing, Travis Evie jabs to the right, comes to the left wing, dodges. LeBlanc bounces to Poteet, goes up for the dunk, and he is fouled. Buffin grabbed him. There's a lot of bodies crossing beneath me, and yet Buffin did get his 2nd foul. And that is the 3rd team foul on UAB. Well, I had Buffin for 1 already, but that'll just be his 1st. All that matters is what's in the official book. I think what I did earlier is nope, LeBlanc has his 3rd. I thought I shorted LeBlanc one and gave it to Buffin. So nothing against the Buffin family. I was trying to give your young man an extra foul there as Poteet hits another free throw. He's got 1 more coming up. Holds the basketball between his arm and his left hip there. Reads the label, bounces, and perfect follow through. Hits it. He's got 8. A great contribution from Elijah Poteet. He's really invested, as you'd expect, but really in tune to this game, giving the Owls some big minutes against this big body team. Him and Fiedler banging against some big fellas. Owls down by 6. Driving is Walker, lays it high off the window and just laid it in. I thought I heard some collective groans there. That one just crept in on that right side. He doesn't need a lot of space. He is quick as a hiccup. 52-44. Mullins goes right side to Poteet. Owls down 8. Evie left corner. Worked his way out of a trap from Walker. Now he stares him down, jabs to his right. Go down to Poteet on the screen and roll. Down to Mullins in the corner. Pierre who bangs home the triple. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Carl Pierre. That's his first 3 of the game. It's a 5-point game again. The Owls have fought back after getting down, but UAB is not relenting. Walker spots up deep 3. He hits. Don't get him hot. Drains the triple, and a timeout is called. UAB 55 and Rice 47. We'll keep it here, as that was a UAB stoppage, just a 30-second stoppage. UAB in this second half, even better. They were 60% in the first half. They're 7 of 11. That's just under 64% in this second half. So just thought they were shooting hot in that first half. They have been on fire. Owls in the second half, 43% shooting. On the game, 42%. Owls in the second half, 1 of 3 on the 3. And UAB's hit both of their triples in this second half. Owls have Pierre and Evie with Mullins and Oliveri and Poteet. Here's Evie bringing the head, tipped by Jackson, but Pierre has it sideline right. Now brings it across. 20 to shoot. Pierre, look at Hyde Evie. How great was Pierre to hear from in the postgame show the other night? First time we've had him on this year. Pierre, free throw line, elbow spins on Walker, high into the paint, around the rim, and down. Yes, sir. Carl Pierre's got 11. Shooters touch, shooters roll. 55-49. Owls answering the Blazers blow for blow. Free throw line, Jimison on the hard bounce, goes underneath. He's grabbed, no shot. He'll be at the, nope. Yeah, that's just the Owls' first team foul, so we'll have it out of bounds. Poteet grabbed him before he could go up and make that shooting motion. And that's the second on Chris Mullins. I thought that was Poteet myself, but this may just flabbergast you. I have been wrong before. So that is the second on Poteet for the Owls' first team foul. Corner right, Walker elevates on the 3. He was out of bounds on the sideline. Give it back to Rice. That is turnover number 8 for the guys from the 205. Rice has made its last 3 shots. Mullins about to bring this one in. Now they look to show some pressure here. Nope, they back out of that. Nope, then they show it again. Lob it ahead to Oliveri. He steps in right. Nope, his pass is tipped back to him. Pinballed and kicked left to Mullins. Dodged a bullet there. 13 minutes exactly left in this game. 55-49. Rice down 6. Pierre jabs to his right. Gives it up to Poteet. Flips it back to Mullins. Mullins lobs it high. Poteet catching in one motion, lays it in. Elijah Poteet, his first hoop of the second half, done his other damage at the free throw line. He's got double digits for a 4th time this season, and he's cut it to a 4-point game. UAB 55 and Rice 51. 12:30 to go. Walker, mid-range, little clutch shot, and he left it short. Poteet the rebound, lobs it ahead up to Pierre. Pierre had his pocket picked or knocked away at least into the Rice bench. Ertl went to get it for UAB, but he was out of bounds, and Rice will retain possession. 25 to shoot. What a game this has turned into. Don't go anywhere. UAB 55, Rice 51, 12:22 to go. Mullins looking to lob it to Poteet. Maligel holds high and lobs back to Evie. Scott Parra in his catcher stance. Watching on as Evie gets the C's part as he beat Buffin, but Buffin corrects and then blocks the shot against the glass. The outlet pass is stolen by Rice's Mullins. He drives and he is fouled. It's an on-the-floor foul, but good job of the Owls. I think if I've said that phrase once, I've said it 100 times in this game, it feels like. Dodging bullets as Owls matching UAB a lot in this second half. Bucket for bucket. They led by 5 at the half. They lead by 4 now. Oliveri, right side, goes underneath the Poteet. Jab from behind, out of bounds. And I think LeBlanc got his hand in there, and it went out of bounds, baseline left. Owls ball, 12:01 for second half to go. Rice trails by 4, 55-51. Evie on the inbound left side gets it. Oliveri drives on Ertl, jabs back to his right in the paint to the hole, floats it up and in. Good job by Oliveri. Little extra curricular chatter after them. I'm sure they're just reconnecting, right? Owls within 2, 55-53. Here's Walker right side, up high to Ertl. Ertl looking left, bounces. Gives to Lovin. Lovin left elbow into the paint. Forces his way in and rattles it up against Mullins. Will they count it? Not in the NBA just yet. They do count that shot. Oh, not so sure, but they will count that one, I believe, at least. I think Scott Parra wanting some confirmation on that too. As it is right now, UAB 57-53 lead. 11:36 to go. This is Rice basketball from near field.
Have no post-game plans? You do now. Head down the street to Little Woodrow's in Rice Village and relax over indoor and outdoor games, sports, and drink specials that a college student can't refuse. All you have to do is bring your student ID to enjoy $2.50 domestic drafts. Also, don't miss out on our Thursday college nights as we've got $2 domestic drafts and $3 shot specials. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date on all of our upcoming events and specials. Little Woodrow's, the official Rice Owls game day headquarters.
Get your ice cold Bud Light Seltzer here. Even though you can't go to the game, doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now here. Just go to budlight.com/delivery. That's budlight.com/delivery.
Give me 2 mangoes.
Coming at you. It's a little short. Ow. Sorry. You know what? I'm just going to walk them over to you.
Whenever there's a game to watch, there's a Bud Light there. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, and Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, it's JP here to tell you that, yes, there's more Rice Owls content out there for you to consume. Subscribe and download the official podcast of Rice Athletics, Rice Owls Insider. Rice Owls Insider provides a unique new look at a variety of head coaches, players, and other integral voices inside the Rice Athletics department. Plus, you can find archive coaches shows as well. For the best in Rice Owls content, subscribe to Rice Owls Insider, the official podcast of Rice Athletics. Available on Apple, Stitcher, and Spotify. 1,052 folks, can't be wrong. Maybe even up to 1,054, not to brag. You can follow me on Twitter at Rice Owl's Voice. Communicate, I forgot to give that during the broadcast at the first part. For you non-Twitter folks, you can always email me, jp.heath@ricesportsproperties.com. if you'd like to get something in on the broadcast. 57-53, UAB leads Rice. 11:36 to go in this ball game. Owls have picked up their shooting second half, 55% shooting. Owls have made 5 of their last 6 shots. UAB 6 of their last 8. Shot makers game. The guys are finding the net a lot in this second half, and it was an and one. Just to clarify, going into the break. Lovin, that great body control to lay it in on the right side, but the contact came just a few feet away from where I thought it was 50-50 whether he would get that call or not. That was the 3rd foul on Chris Mullins, though. They finally add that on. And he hits the and one opportunity. So Mullins comes out of there. Sheffield comes in, and Poteet remained in the game. I was wondering if Scott Pear had a decision to make, as Poteet had such a long run, but that under 12 timeout was huge to give Elijah a breather. He's had a great second half. Pierre gets it across with his best buddy Evie in Tanner to break that pressure. 11:25 to go. Rice down to nickel, 58-53. Oliveri left wing, squeaks around, pivots right to Evie. Corner to Pierre, up to Evie, high post to Poteet. Poteet lobs back to Evie. Game a catch. 7 to shoot. Travis goes through. He gets knocked down hard from behind, and he is down. A foul is called on Buffin. Second foul on Buffin. And Evie pops back up. He is Boston tough. It's a big boy game underneath. 11:12 left. 58-53. UAB by 5. Evie, baseline right. Lobs it up top. Quincy Oliveri goes back to snag and look like a wide receiver. He's always bragging that he could be a good college wide receiver on the road trips. The football game comes on. Here's Evie right wing. Goes back, Oliveri back to Evie here near way. Under 11 to go. Evie bounces it left to Poteet. Lays it in with a left hand. Good 2-man game there for Elijah. He's got 12. His season high was 13 against Incarnate Word. Knocking on the door of that. 58-55. UAB leads Rice by 3. High post. Buffin looking to bang it against Sheffield. Turns, pivots, tries to scoop it up, and he's grabbed by Sheffield and a foul. Buffin will be going to the line. Mr. Cullen signals that in against Rice's number 5, Sheffield. And UAB's number 5, Buffin, will be going to the stripe. Made his only attempt in the first half. This season, a 76% shooter. UAB folks say Buffin's a guy that had some foul trouble issues parts of the season, but he's really played well lately, and that's been the case of the first 3 conference games, and that's the case in the game here tonight here in the Bayou City. Appreciate you watching and or listening in. As Buffin's free throw, short arm, a little bit low into the left, and Oliveri gets that rebound. Owls have made 6 of the last 7 shots, and they trail by 4, 59-55. Here's Evie to the left. Ball rolls off the leg of the defender, and Evie goes in the backcourt to get it. Races ahead on Ertl. Free throw line, spins in traffic, runs through, and he's called for a travel before the foul. Don't know about that one either, but... And Evie still did not see how that was called a travel. He's just getting the news broken to him. Very delicately by John St. Clair there, because he had rolled down. He thought he was tripped or pushed or both, and he popped back up. And Scott Pear wants some clarification, and I think I read his lips. How was that called? Halfway through second half. Great ball game here, 59-55. UAB by 4. Ertl off a screen, left side. Air ball on the triple, goes out of bounds. Normally he's pretty reliable on his threes, and he had a first few games of the Conference USA stretch. He's averaged 13 points. And their 3-0 start in league play. They show some pressure now. Oliveri trying to get it in, and he looks and calls a timeout. 9:54 second half. 59-55. We'll keep it here. We'll check some scores here in just a scotch, Ryan. If you've got any right now, as I've seen a few that have switched on the top 25, of course, are going to switch. But inside Conference USA play, a lot of later games tonight, Ryan. But how are things shaking on the scoreboard right now?
As we take a look at Conference USA, Louisiana Tech still in control as they lead 72-53 over UTSA. In top 25 action, Texas Tech still in control on number 6 Kansas. They lead 48-37 with 12:52 to go. And just 29 seconds left, Missouri up on 15th ranked Alabama, 86-81. That would be one of the bigger upsets of the season so far. Also, number 1 Baylor up on TCU, 24-19, 6:51 to go in the first half.
Thank you very much, sir. 9:54 second half. The Owls after that quick timeout. Good timeout call by Quincy Oliveri there. The veteran knew that spot. Owls just have 1 timeout remaining, though. Plus, they have the 2 medias. Poteet up high, right to Oliveri, give and go down to Elijah, running dunk, got it in front of LeBlanc there. Season high from Elijah Poteet. He's got 14-10 here in this second half. Reidsville, North Carolina guys showing out. Up top, Lovin looking right to Jackson, down to a 2-point game. UAB's Ertl to the left, hands to Lovin in the corner. Guarded 3 by Justin Brown just checking in. He bricks it on the left side, and the Owls have the rebound. Here's Oliveri. Back to Evie. Evie walks it across that thin blue timeline. Comes over here to the Tudor Fieldhouse logo in front of Mr. Tudor in the house tonight. Evie goes down low to Petit, running, lays it in, count it, plus the foul. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Elijah Poteet. Annie, and what opportunity. That foul goes on UAB. That's the Blazers' 5th team foul of this half. And that'll be Jackson's 3rd foul. LeBlanc checking out. Or they called it on, 13 Jackson, but he remains out there with his 3rd foul. But LeBlanc checks out, and the big fella Jemison, he comes back in. Poteet having himself a game, nails the free throw. He's got a career-high 17 points. 8:54 left. Rice by 1 here, 60-59. UAB hasn't had a field goal for 2.5 minutes. Baseline right, Jackson up high to Lovin. Passes back right. Over to Jackson. Jabs. Shoves Sheffield out of the way. Draws some contact. Hangs did not hit the shot, but he's fouled on that shot by Cam Sheffield, his 2nd. And 2 freebies coming up for Mr. Quan Jackson, the grad transfer. A graduate student, but originally transferred from Georgia Southern, but he has been at UAB, seems like, forever and a day. At that super senior year this year. At the free throw line, first one is off. Jackson this season, a 68% shooter. One more coming up. Jackson a bin, looks down at the lane, and his next one is fired up and in. 60-60. He split that pair. Other way, Owls have it with Evie and Pierre. Game tied, 60 apiece. Pierre arcs it back right to Evie. Bounces one hard back to Pierre. Hard bounce again into the corner to Sheffield. High to Pierre, 8:20 to go. Right to Evie. Evie squeaks, no look pass to his left, stolen away by Lovin. He read that all the way. Euro step in, he missed his spot going in for the layup. He got turned around, I think, misjudged his, that's the word I was looking for. He misjudged his leap there, and it works out to the Owls' favor there. Missed layup attempt. The Owls, Sheffield got that rebound. Owls looking for the lead here. Evie drives in, and he's fouled on the floor on that drive. Evie is doing an excellent job this game getting to the rack. He draws that foul on Ertl, his first. 7:55 remaining, 60-60. Rice and UAB. Al shooting for the lead when we come back. This is Rice basketball from Learfield.
The lights, the sounds, the cameras, the electricity. If you can feel it, hear it, see it, chances are an IBEW electrician built it. The members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 716 built the things that make Rice University and Houston great, and we want you to join us. Excellent training, fantastic benefits in retirement, and zero student loan debt. Build a better career. To find out more, visit IBEW716.net.
What do you do when you need safe, reliable team transportation? You go Win. Win Transportation is one of the largest group transportation providers in Texas, a leader in charters, shuttles, and special events of all sizes. 5 people or 5,000. Win offers customizable team transportation with a wide range of motor coaches, minibuses, and vans. So, for safe, reliable team transportation, do like the Owls and go Win. Book at GoWin.com. GOWYNNE.com.
Hey fans, this is Wayne Cook, co-host of College Sports Now. We're breaking down all the action from around the country every week with new episodes dropping 4 days a week during the football season. We'll look beyond the box score and keep our finger on the pulse of college football from September all the way to the national championship game in January. Listen all season long on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you'd love to get your podcast. And be sure to follow along on Twitter at CSNowTweets.
Travis Evie going to the free throw line for the Rice Owls. Owls and UAB going back and forth. Oh, Houston tussle here. 6 ties and 7 lead changes in this game. Not as much as you've seen in some other broadcasts. I think the other night against other games, the other night, Middle Tennessee, as Evie misses the front end of the 1-and-1. So the game tie stays at 60. The Owls did have a 60-59 lead earlier, but Evie missed his first free throw attempt of this second half. Walker, left wing, down to Jemison, catches, runs over Pierre, and at least and the whistle's called. Is it a block or charge? Charge or a block? And it is going to be called a block. It didn't look like a block, it didn't smell like a block, but it was, and I think a lot of that is because that secondary defender circle that we really haven't talked about the last couple of years since its implementation. And now Scott Parra saying what? And I think he's saying you can't count the bucket. And I think they're going to the monitor to look at this. And Mr. St. Clair, the zebra that made the call, is going over there. And they'll chat about this one. Rice 60 and UAB 60, 7:40 to go. And one way or another, Jemison's going to be at the free throw line. So they did that again. Yeah, they counted that bucket. I just did not see that. I did not. I think I could give you, those calls are so hard to make. You got to give the officials some grace here. That's such a tough call. And now Mr. St. Clair talking to some folks in the front row. Easy there. But it will be an and one for, I think that might have surprised Jemison. I think you get Jemison an honest moment, he'd say that, but that happens both ways. You got to brush it off. As Jemison, little basketball justice, missed that field goal. But UAB leads 62-60. 7:30 to go. Evie across the line, looking left to Oliveri. Gets it back up to Evie. Evie to his left, jabs a bit on Walker. Gets up Pierre, tried a fancy no-look pass in the lane of Poteet, but it's stolen away. Did not have to make that fancy attempt there. Walker the other way, left to right for UAB. Elevates long 2, left side is a little bit long. Jackson got the rebound in front of Pierre and muscled it up and in. Big boy rebound and big boy follow for Quan Jackson, who's now got 11. 64-60, UAB back up by 4. Pierre and Evie out front. Back to Pierre, right wing in the corner to Sheffield. Sheffield stairs, throws up high, passes a little slow, tipped by Jackson, out to Evie, straight on 3, is good! Pumps the fist in excitement after making that one. 64-63, Rice down by a point. Rice has made its last 5 shots. Remember what I told you about Scott Parrish saying, hey, we needed to make those 12 threes. They might not get that, but they're shooting a lot better from three in this second half. Walker trapped against the sideline left side. Rotate around all the way in the deep corner. The lefty three is up by Brown and no good. And the Owls get the rebound. Justin Brown had checked in without me noticing. Apologize for that. I think it was in that foul or bucket or no bucket kerfuffle earlier. 64-63. Evie on the drive. Right free throw line extended. Backs it up. Settles it down. 15 to shoot. Working to left. Evie gets checked by Walker. And I can actually hear this on the site reporting from your intrepid reporter. I heard Walker tell John St. Clair, pointing, hey, he's doing the same thing the other direction, the other way. But Evie at the line for the Owls. He's 3 of 4 in this ball game, and this will be a 1-and-1 opportunity. And now, more conversation continuing on this other side between some Rice fans and Mr. St. Clair as Evie hits the front end. Remember, Travis, a guy that had just one game against UAB last time. These teams played last season. These teams played 3 times. Owls were eliminated in the Conference USA tournament against UAB when the Owls had that great run, beating Marshall and Southern Miss. The second free throw made by Evie. Mullins checks in for Sheffield. But you go back to that game, the Owls led a lot of that game, but UAB won 73-60. The Owls were up 4, the under-8 timeout, but then UAB closed on a 19-2 run. 65-64, Rice by 1. Walker right side, up to Buffin back in the game. Left to Lovin, the free throw line. Passes out to Walker, elevates for the triple. It's no good. Rebound comes down, bouncing in the corner, taken away by Lovin. Lovin up high to Walker. Walker to his left. Passes up high to Lovin. Lovin again. Now toss in the corner to Jackson. Jackson fades, right elbow. Halfway down, it wiggles out, and Poteet the rebound. I cannot get over this second half from Elijah Poteet. That is a career high of 17 points, and that was his 5th rebound of the game. Owls out-rebounding UAB in this game, 31-19. 65-64, Rice leads. Poteet high to Oliveri. The 3 is up, and it's short. He thought he was fouled. Did not get the call. And Walker rebounds. Walker bounces right to Jemison. A hard bounce by Jemison. Hands to Lovin. He reverses up and in to lay it in on the right side with the right hand. 14 points for Lovin. 66-65. That was lead change number 10 of this game. Sideline left Mullins. Arcs it back to Evie. Evie holds, tosses back to Mullins. Mullins surveying right, goes in the corner to Pierre. Catch and shoot 3 is good. Carl Pierre, yes sir, thank you very much. 14, and that extends the Owls lead to 2. And hey, that matches their largest lead of the game. Go figure. 68-66, Rice leads by 2. Left side Walker, crosses over to Jackson, fakes on Evie, drives in, Poteet pins it against the glass, and the Owls have it the other direction. Evie leads it ahead, Oliveri for the 3, no good. Follow dunk, one-handed follow dunk by Pierre. Dunked it in, and the Owls extend their lead to 4. 70-66. 3:56 to go. A timeout is called. We'll break it 2. Rice 70, UAB 66. 3:56 left. Back after this. This is Rice basketball from Learfield.
With Houston Methodist Virtual Urgent Care, you can skip the drive and the waiting room and connect to our board-certified providers from your computer, tablet, or mobile phone. Virtual urgent care visits are available 24/7, no appointment needed, even on weekends and holidays. Now you can get the same trusted care you expect from Houston Methodist, wherever you are, whenever you need us.
To learn more, visit HoustonMethodist.org. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Rockets fans, do you want to take home a Christian Wood autographed jersey? Tune into AT&T Sportsnet this Friday at 8:30 p.m. to hear the winning hashtag. Then tweet us the winning hashtag to win. Plus, you'll be entered into our grand prize drawing for the ultimate Rockets getaway. A trip to Denver to watch the Rockets take on the Nuggets in March. Join us Friday at 8:30 p.m. only on AT&T Sportsnet.
It's a new season. Get ready for more men's and women's college sports excellence. Trophies will be awarded in June to schools who take the top spot in the 2021-22 Learfield Directors Cup. The premier award recognizes one winning institution in all competitive divisions. Follow your favorite team's progress as seasonal standings are announced at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at directorscup.org. The crowning achievement in college athletics.
Rice basketball brought to you by Fuddruckers, home of the Scott Parrish Show. Fuddruckers on Highway 59 South, down just near campus. Fuddruckers, the world's greatest hamburgers, whether your crave is grilled onions, crispy bacon, 3 cheese, heck, all the above. We've got you. Our produce, homemade buns, always fresh and delicious. Come by and create your crave today at Fuddruckers, home of the Scott Parrish Show, 7 to 8 Mondays the rest of the season. You can hear that on ricehouse.com, the Varsity Network app, the Rice House Game Day app as well. And we're streaming on YouTube today with the video synced up, in case you did not hear, because of a COVID issue on the stadium production team. So your boy here is your audio option. Left side Walker, goes right side. Lovin hooks a pass down low, wide of Buffin, stolen by Pierre. And the Owls get it, but they use their last timeout. They get the steal, and Pierre was falling down. And that will be all they have left is that full. And I just watched Coach Para mouth over to Stephen Trombers there, Bobby Tudor, Adam Peaks over here near me in the high dollar seats. He says, hey, no more timeouts. So how do you manage this one with 3:45 to go? And up by 4 against the league's top team, the UAB Blazers. Looking at things right now, Rice has made 7 of its last 9 shots. Owls are 63% from the field in this second half. Both teams 50% and above in this ball game. And UAB has been held to 46% shooting. They started hot in the second half, and a lot of it has been the difference of Elijah Poteet in this second half. Owls have made 12 of 19 shots in the second half, but it's been Poteet. He is the Owls' leading scorer in this game. He's got a career-high 17 points with 6 boards. Pierre's got 16 points and 8 rebounds. That is a game high. Evie in double figures with 15. Oliveri's got 10 on 4 of 10 shooting. But UAB has Lovin and Buffin with 14. Jackson with 11 and Walker with 10. Here's some pressure. Rice 70 and UAB 66. Owls basketball. They lob it in to Poteet. He pivots and they bring it up. Give it back to Evie. They back off that pressure. A little bit over 3.5 to go. We have certainly gotten our money's worth here on South Main here this afternoon. Evie to his left. Evie up high, backing up. 9 to shoot, 8 to shoot. Go with the 2-man game again with Poteet. He drives underneath in the corner to Pierre. They try the 3. It's short. Rebound comes down to Jackson or Jemison. Jemison or Jackson. Take your pick for the Blazers. They have it. They go left to right. 3:10 to go. Up top, Jackson. Jackson, one arms and feet left to Walker. He tosses it down low, 7-footer, and Jemison blew the lay-in. Pierre was there on some good defense, and then Jemison, good play. He saved it out to Walker. His 3 halfway down, twirls out, and the Owls got the rebound. Good set by the Owls there. That is Mullins. 3rd rebound of the ball game. Again, I can't get over that Owls rebounding edge. They have outboarded UAB 34-22 today. Got 9 offensive rebounds, too. Poteet up high, dribbling it, handing it back to Evie. Slides to his right, drives in, reverses underneath, and lays it in front of Jemison. Layup by Evie. He's got 17 along with Poteet to pace the team. Rice by its largest lead, 6. Drive it in left side. Jackson fouled as he took it hard to the cup. And he'll be going to the stripe. 2 foul shots coming up for Quan Jackson. Owls have been due for a game like this against UAB. This is the 20th meeting all time. I was talking a little bit about that season finale last year when Rice fell to UAB. Owls trail UAB in the series 17-2. But among those losses have been 3 overtime games and 4 other games decided by 5 points or less. And I referenced it in the first half. There were some extenuating circumstances and some different injuries. Owls just felt like they didn't have a full roster playing UAB those back-to-back days. You remember the quirky scheduling last season. Then they played a pretty close one there to end the year as Jackson hits both free throws here for the UAB Blazers. Rice basketball coming back again. No timeouts, 2 and change to go, but Rice leads by 4. 72-68. 3-0 UAB in Conference USA. Owls 1-1. This would be a tremendous victory for the Owls. UAB, the highest KenPom, the net ranking team this year, 42nd in the nation. 8 to shoot. They found something that works with this two-man game, Evie and Poteet, but Evie keeps it high after that screen. Backs up deep, right wing 3, long. Jackson goes for the rebound. Coming back the other way is Walker, sideline left, and a whistle is called. Walker, for good measure, nailed the shot. And that's the 17th foul against Rice. So UAB's got a 1-and-1 opportunity. Buffin was the Blazer that was grabbed there by Oliveri, his second. So both teams in the bonus. UAB still a foul to give before Rice is shooting 2. 1:43 remaining. Owls trying to hold on here. Free throw rattles in for Buffin. He's got one more. He is 3 of 4 this afternoon. He's got 15 points. He continues his great start to Conference USA play. Right-handed shooter. Next free throw is up, and that is good as well. 1:43 left. 2-point game. Rice 72, UAB 70. And keep in mind, UAB only has 1 timeout themselves. Owls out of timeouts. 90 seconds left. Mullins at the point. Bounces left to Evie, guarded by Walker. Hands over right side to Oliveri. Gives back to Pierre. Clean look, straight on 3. He got it! Carl Pierre, yes sir, thank you very much. Buries the triple, his second straight 19-point game. And he's almost got another double-double. That was massive. That put it back to 5. Rice 75, UAB 70. Left side Walker trying to respond. He misses the 3. Buffin reaches, tips the rebound out. Walker in the corner misfired on a triple. And Oliveri is fouled going down to try to get that defensive rebound. Even minute left. They get LeBlanc on that. He's not out there. I thought they said 2-3, but they get that one on Lovin, his 3rd foul. Apologize on some of these fouls. They're signaling away. And I haven't learned over the years to just wait for it to come on the stat monitor to just make sure. But heat of the moment, heat of the moment. Oliveri going to the line now. No teammates in the offensive rebound. Still a 1-and-1 situation for Quincy Oliveri. Bins at the line, and the first one misses. 5-point game, less than a minute to go. UAB jogging it up. Walker right side, drives in, attacks Poteet, and rolls it in front of Malijal Poteet. Layup goes, and a official's timeout is called. John St. Clair is going to the monitor here. The only thing I could think is if it was a clock issue or there was some above-the-shoulder contact. But I'm purely speculating, but that is kind of a hidden timeout there for both teams, but mainly the Owls as they're huddled right by the monitor over there. And Scott Perez drawing something up. It's a 3-point game as it stands right now. I don't think this is a situation where they take the bucket away by any means. But now they're looking on the board here. The bucket went in. I do not know what they're looking at. As now they're pointing up to the clock. So I believe this is a clock issue. Chris Hudson and John St. Clair. And now for good measure, Ross Collins comes in the Zebras collaborating. So I believe they're talking to the official scorers right now. Whatever they've had situated, they're talking to Helen Savitsky, the official scorer, and company over there the far away. So they put an extra couple. What they did, they put about 1.5 seconds, second and a half on the scoreboard there. 50.5 seconds left. Rice 75, UAB 72. 50.5 seconds left. Rice by 3. Pierre running the baseline here. Gets it into Pierre. Stripped. Stolen by Lovin. Passes right to Jackson. Jackson underneath. He misses the lay-in. Poteet the rebound. He is finally, they call a foul. Buffin trying to say a jump ball. That was a massive play. And a massive rebound by Malijal Poteet. His 8th rebound, his most valuable there. His career high was 10 against Jarvis Christian. Took that one away, and he'll be at the line. He is 7 for 7 tonight. Al's 15 of 18 on the game at the free throw line. That foul was the 4th on Quan Jackson. Not sure what they're waiting on in this case. They're waiting for Poteet to get settled. And here we go. 75-72, Rice by 3. Poteet at the line. Free throw is up and no good by Malijal. He back rimmed it. I made a career out of being Captain Obvious, but you got to hit this second one to make it a 2-possession game. Next free throw is up. Poteet hits it. Tacks onto his career high, and they're going to straighten out the clock here again, as the clock started just a tad early here. 39.2 is what it's on now, but they'll add a little bit there. 40.9 remaining. And they will re-inbound it near the half-court line. Or no, they'll go back to the 28-foot hash. They should, right? They clean out the basketball. Scott Parra going to take time with this extra little time to get another word with his team. Rice 76 and UAB 72. 40.9 seconds remaining. Owls, some defensive calls here. Oh, that second free throw was huge. UAB has missed 6 of its last 7 shots from the field. They've been held to 40% shooting in the second half. They bring it ahead. Walker racing ahead. They'll probably go for the quick 2 here, you'd imagine. Walker, one-legged leaner, rattles out. The follow is off, tipped around, almost in, volleyed out again. Lovin tried to save it in. Whistle comes, foul out of bounds. Which one? Still don't know yet. Believe it's coming the other direction. Yes, indeed. That was off of UAB. Nope, they call the foul finally. They say on KJ Buffin. That's his 3rd personal foul. And Evie will be going to the line to try to tack on to this 4-point lead. Evie, 5 of 6 at the free throw line here this afternoon. He's got 17. How about Pierre, 19? Poteet, 18. Evie, the 17 points here today. First free throws up from the lefty. It is good. Owls trying to get their 3rd ever win against UAB. Scott Parra 1-3 against the Blazers in his career. Andy Kennedy, he was 3-0 against the Owls coming into this one. Of course, those wins coming last year. Evie's second free throw, that's good. Rice 78, UAB 72. 29.8 seconds left. Walker lets it roll near the timeline. Walker to the top of the key. Walker over the right wing, elevates with 2 guys on him and buries the 3. 13 of his 15 in this second half. And a timeout comes, and that benefits the Owls. An official time. They're going to see if Walker was behind the line. 22.6 left. As it stands now, it would be a 3-point game if the three-pointer stands. But John St. Clair taking charge here, going over and making sure that he was behind the line. It was called a 3. That's what's important here. 22.6 seconds left. We think it's 78-75. And a quick look at this one. And now they'll get the clock straight as well. Either way, no shot clock. And yes, indeed, they'll go here. And they get the whistle to come back to play. It'll be Rice basketball, full length of the court. UAB knows some close games. There are 3 losses this year by a combined 11 points against San Francisco in a neutral court game, at South Carolina, and then against West Virginia. So all they know is close games. My point being, they have a lot of experience in this. And the Owls trying to close out what would be a massive home W here. And even 23 seconds left. Pierre on the inbound. Jackson turns his back to him on the full court pressure. Pierre sliding to his left. Remember, they don't have a timeout. They have to get it in. He tosses it in, and Buffin tips it out. 22.2 seconds left. Ooh, that was big. And he knew, I think, and he's the veteran. Remember, I've talked him up worthily so. He's the veteran. He's the guy you want out there handling the basketball, the moxie he has. They come out and mop up some of the sweat. And Ross Cullen saying, could you come over here and get this little spot here? Rice 78, UAB 75, 22.2 seconds left. Pierre not guard on the inbound again, trying to lob it in, and a foul is called before the inbound comes. I think Evie was grabbed by Walker here. See what Mr. Collins says. Oh, they said Buffin on that foul, his 4th. And I believe it was Evie that was grabbed. Certainly don't mind having Evie at the line. 83% on the season, 7 of 8 in this game. First one by Evie is up, and that is good. One more coming up. That's huge. That makes it a 4-point game. 22.2 seconds left. Sheffield going to come in for Petit here. What a game by Malijal. Gets a big round of applause as he leaves. No rebounders underneath for the Owls. Lefty free throws up, and that is good as well by Evie. 80-75. Rice leads by 5. Walker lets the ball roll. Mullins in there to guard him on the ball. Walker sprints to his left, takes a step back 3 and hits it. His 4th 3 of the half. He's got 18 points. The clock is still rolling here, and they're going to have to look at this again and get this straightened out. And UAB calls a timeout. 80-78. Rice leads UAB by 2. And they put 16.5 back on the clock. And they'll probably go to the monitor. It got down to 10 seconds. And a UAB timeout was the last timeout for either team in this game. What a ball game it's been. Travis Evie having his 3rd 20-point game of the season. He's got 21. Carl Pierre's got 19. A career-high 18 from Elijah Poteet. And Quincy Oliveri behind with 10. So for the 2nd straight game, the Owls have 4 in double figures. UAB's paced by Walker. He's got 18. 16 since the halftime break. And Buffin's got 16. Levin with 14 and Jackson with 13. Here you go, folks. 2-point game, 16.5 seconds left. Some immense pressure coming up from the UAB Blazers. How do you handle it? Pierre again will be the inbounder. Poteet back in there. A Sheffield checked out. Mullins, Pierre, and Oliveri also out there. They don't guard the ball. And a foul is called. Ross Coleman's, they call the foul. And Evie will be going to the line again, or is it going to be Poteet? Again, I believe it was Evie. He's standing in that free throw stance as if he's about to step back up. 16.5 seconds left. And double bonus. So these are 2 free throws here for Evie at the line. Attempts number 11 and 12 coming up for Travis Evie. First free throw is up, and that is good. One more coming up. A season high in makes and attempts for Travis Evie at the free throw line. Now, Poteet comes back out. Sheffield comes back in. Lovin and Tony come out for UAB. And for the Blazers, Jamal Johnson comes in and Ertl comes back in. Free throw is up, and that is true again for Evie. He's been money at the line. 4-point game, 16.5 seconds left. Rice leads 82-78. 13 seconds left for UAB. Left side Walker, deep 3, off the front of the rim, no. Picked up by Mullins, he is fouled. That should do it. 8.4 seconds left. Mullins going to the line for the Rice Owls. Now fitting for Chris Mullins. Had those free throw struggles in the Conference USA opener. Did a really good job atoning for that. He was 4 of 5 the other night against Middle Tennessee. And he could seal it at the line here. And what a win this would be for Scott Para. Not over yet, of course. 8.4 seconds left. So Jackson checks out. And Tony came back in for the Blazers, 8.4. Mullins, right-handed shooter. First free throw is no good. One more coming up. Mullins at the line. Second free throw goes in. UAB has the ball. 8.4 seconds left. Ahead to Walker. Half-court line. Zips in. He's given the avenue. Goes in and lays it up with ease. Down to a 3-point game. 83-80. Owls inbound to Evie. Shrugs off a foul. And the second time, a foul is called. 1.1 seconds left. Rice by 3. 83-80. More applause coming for the Rice fans. Rice was down by 5 at the half. They have outscored UAB by 8 in this second half. And they're 1.1 seconds remaining from getting one of the bigger wins in the Scott Para era. First free throw's good for Travis. His 12th free throw made of the day. 84-80. Scott Para telling everybody to back up, back up. Next free throw by Evie. That is good as well. UAB inbounds, 85-80. Walker grabs it, shoots it from inside half court. He misses, and Rice wins. Rice wins. The Rice Owls take down the UAB Blazers 85-80 here at Tudor Fieldhouse. What a win. What an effort by the Rice Owls. Where to begin? Owls have a career-high game from Elijah Poteet, Travis Evie, and Carl Pierre. The high school best friends team up, and they do it as well. And the Rice Owls, as big a team win as I can remember. And Scott Para goes down to collect himself, hands on his knees, takes a couple of deep breaths. All smiles here at Tudor Fieldhouse as your Rice Owls have knocked off the UAB Blazers. Rice 85, UAB 80. We'll come back with our Houston Methodist Hospital postgame show. This is Rice basketball from their field.
The Wyndham Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites is the preferred hotel for anybody visiting the Medical Center, the Museum District, or Rice University. We offer the largest suites in the Medical Center, complete with full kitchens, and our full-service restaurant and outdoor pool will make your stay complete. We look forward to having you experience the Wyndham Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites soon. And if you need a group rate or need 10 or more rooms, don't forget to call 713-528-7744. That's 713-528-7744.
The lights, the sounds, the cameras, the electricity. If you can feel it, hear it, see it, chances are an IBEW electrician built it. The members of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 716 built the things that make Rice University and Houston great. When your next construction project needs to be on time and on budget, hire the electricians that light up Rice University. Learn more at ibew716.net.
Have no post-game plans? You do now. Head down the street to Little Woodrow's in Rice Village and relax over indoor and outdoor games, sports, and drink specials that a college student can't refuse. All you have to do is bring your student ID to enjoy $2.50 domestic drafts. Also, don't miss out on our Thursday college nights, as we've got $2 domestic drafts and $3 shot specials. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date on all of our upcoming events and specials. Little Woodrow's, the official Rice Owls game